So today's topic for discussion is economic traits of poultry. Now, what are the economic traits which provides monetary benefit to the poultry farmers? So economic traits are those traits which have monetary value in poultry production and in terms of money, which provides money and profit from the poultry production. There are two types of traits, that is quantitative traits and qualitative traits. So what are quantitative traits? Quantitative traits are polygenic traits, and those traits which are governed by many more than one pair of genes show continuous variation and influenced by the environmental factors such as availability of feed, management, temperature, humidity, uh, just like air velocity, just like this. The example of quantitative traits are egg number, growth rate, body size, hatchability, mothering ability, that is broodiness, disease resistant, and size or weight of egg. Next is quantitative traits, yani those traits which are governed by one or few genes, and these traits show continuous discontinuous variation and minimum and least influenced by the environmental factors. Example of qualitative traits are comb type, color of sand, color of plumage, skin pigmentation, color of egg, color of earlobe, and egg shape. So these are two types of traits, any quantitative traits and qualitative traits. So generally, poultry are reared, especially chickens are reared for meat production and egg production. So there are two types of birds, any broiler and layer. So first we discuss the economic traits of layer and egg producing birds. So what are the economic traits for layers? These are age at sexual maturity, yeah, age at start of laying. Second, body weight at maturity. Third is egg production, any number of eggs produced in a cycle or in a year. Next is egg weight, egg size, egg quality, any quality of albumin, quality of yolk, quality of shell, egg shell. This includes egg quality. Feed efficiency, any how much feed has feed is consumed by the bird, and how many eggs, any how many eggs, yeah, how many kg of eggs produced by feeding this amount of feed. Or next is livability, any longevity. In other terms, you can say it longevity, and how many months or weeks a bird survive, and if survive for a longer period, it produces more number of eggs. If it survives for a shorter period, that is less number of weeks, then they produce less number of eggs or no eggs if die during the growing period. So first discuss age at sexual maturity. There are three stages in the life of layer. That is, one is brooding stage, any first two, and 0 to 6 or 8 week. Then growing phase means growing period, that is 9th to 18th week, and after that 18th or 20, from 18th or 20 week to 72 weeks, that is laying stage. So the name of birds, that is the female bird, that is female chicken, and up to the 8 week it is called chicks. 9 to 18 or 20 week it is called pullet till it start to lay eggs, and after laying eggs it is called layer. So there are three stages in the life of a layer birds. So when pullet is a 5% egg production, then it is considered as age of sexual maturity. Not age of sexual maturity means it just start to lay egg. This means just maturity. But when we talk about a sexual maturity, then the pullet start to lay egg, and the 5% of egg produced by the laying cycle, it means when a layer bird produces 300 eggs in a cycle, that is in a year, then 5% 50, after producing 15 eggs, at least 15 eggs, then it is called layer. That is, layer means, not layer means sexual maturity. Generally 20, it starts from 21st of week of age. That means generally the average period at which the birds start to lay egg is 18 to 20 weeks. So the age of sexual maturity is 21st week of age. Sometimes reaches even 90 to 20 weeks. When some pullet start just laying eggs from 15 weeks, 14 weeks, or 17 weeks, then the age of sexual maturity reach at the age of 90 to 20 weeks, and 1 to 2 weeks later on after laying of first week. But it is not desirable, because when a pullet start laying egg early, then egg size is very small. That is called pullet egg. Shape is okay. There is no problem in sex. Shape is same, just like the normal egg. But the quantity of yolk, quantity of albumin, cell strength, it is poor than the normal egg. So it is not desirable for commercial egg production. It happens when additional, why? The birds reach 19 to 20 week of age of sexual maturity, because when additional light is given to the grower indiscriminately, without knowing the sequence, then even after 6 weeks of age, generally we start to increase the layer first up to 8 weeks, 23 to 24 hours per day. After that, we provide 20 hours up to 18 weeks of age, till the pullet starts to lay egg. And after that, every week we increase the half an hour light, and artificial light, 12-hour light, that is natural light. And after that, we provide half an hour per week artificial light, increase in order till it reach to 16 hours or 17 hours per day. So when in before growing stage, that is during the brooding age, when we start after 6 weeks or 7 weeks, 8 weeks, we have to give the birds 12 hours of light, but we are giving indiscriminately more than 12 hours. Then the age of sexual maturity reached earlier. So generally, what is the lighting schedule? 0 to 6 weeks, 24 hours. Growing stage, and 6 to 18 weeks, 12 hours, and daylight is enough and sufficient for during that period. And after 18 weeks, increase weekly half an hour to fix the light period up to 16 hours or 17 hours per day. Somewhere you read 15 to 16, somewhere you read 16 to 17. So average 16 hours per day. If laying starts early, the egg laid are smaller in size, and the age of sexual maturity depends on a strain of birds. Birds are layer bird, layer type of breeds, yeah, quality of feed, meat producing, yeah, dual type of birds. That means if these are meat type of birds, then it takes more time to reach sexual maturity. Quality of feed and a poor quality feed, yeah, high protein feed and a high quality feed, it also depends on high quality of feed provided to the layer, provided to the birds, that means pullets. You see the effects of photoperiod, yani light period, on the egg laying of hen. The light, it comes to bird's eye, then it stimulates the hypothalamus, where the anterior pituitary gland stimulated and release FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, and luteinizing hormone. FSH is responsible for maturation and development of ovary and Graafian follicles, and LH is responsible for ovulation, that is leader ova from the Graafian follicle. This is the process through which light affects the egg production. If life hour is shorter than 15 hour or 16 hour, then egg production delayed subsequently. Next, body weight at maturity. Because I have already told you that the weight of layer is smaller than the weight of boiler or meat purpose bird. It's a body weight decide feed efficiency, egg number, and egg weight. If the birds are of appropriate size and body weight, then there are more number of, they produce more number of eggs and egg weight is larger. The body weights are at layers at a start of lay has to be optimum. That means 1.2 to 1.3 kg. Neither it should be too low or neither it should be too high. Not more than 1.4 kg and not less than 1.2 kg. Low body weight indicates poor growth of female reproductive tracts, results in poor egg production and egg weight. Lower body weight at the time of laying and at the start of laying, it indicates that the female have poor reproductive growth, which result in poor egg production and lighter and a smaller size of egg. The higher body weight at maturity leads to higher feed consumption and reduced persistency. Means if the body weight is higher than the optimum, that is 1.2 to 1.3 kg, then they consume high quantity of feed, thus increase the cost of egg production and reduce persistency. If they are heavy, they are deposition of fat around the reproductive tract, that is oviduct, which interfere in ovulation, egg production. So the reduced rate of lay, that is persistency, it is also reduced. If higher body weight is due to high abdominal fat, I have told you that if there are high abdominal fat, then it will obstruct infundibulum to receive the ovum from the ovary and subsequently affect the egg production. The egg weight depends on strain. Which type of breed, that the Leghorn, they are producing optimum size of egg and maximum number of egg, even 310 to 320 eggs. And second, it depends on feed quality of feed provided to the birds. Next is egg production. Any number of eggs. And eggs production or number of eggs depends on so many factors, just like a strain of bird. If birds are layer type of birds, they produce more number of eggs. Just like white leghorn, they should produce 300 to 320 eggs per cycle. Age and body weight at the start of lay. I have already told you what will be the age and body weight at the start of lay in the pullet. Length of laying cycle, that is persistency. A bird generally start to lay 18 to 20 weeks of age until it stop laying when there is a process of molting occurs. Molting, shedding of feathers. The birds generally shed their feathers after end of the cycle. Just for example, if a bird start to lay at the 20 week of age, first egg start to lay at the 20 week of age, and the laying cycle of 72 weeks means 1 year. That means if birds start to shed their feeder earlier than 72 weeks, then there should be no egg production, means less egg number of egg production, because during the shedding of feathers, there is no egg production. So if molting occurs earlier than 72 weeks, then there is less number of egg production. If the molting starts late after 72 weeks and later than 72 weeks, then there are more number of egg production per cycle. So during molting, there is no egg production. till all feathers are renewed. It will take even up to 3 years, 3 months, 4 months. It's a rate of egg production and intensity of lay. And how many eggs the layers are continuously laying. Number of pauses during which no egg is laid. Any number of eggs, how many number of eggs the layer produce continuously. And then there is a pause, there is no egg production. There is a period of no egg production, that is called pause. Number and duration of brooding periods. If birds are brooding, that is have mothering ability, then how many days they are in brooding condition. During brooding condition, they also not produce eggs. Light schedule during growing and laying period. It also affects the number of egg production, I already discussed. Feed quality, quality of feed and high protein feed, high nutrition feed. Culling procedure, and if someone is rearing 500 layer birds, not they will get every day 500 eggs. Some birds are laying, some birds are not laying. That means those birds which are not laying, and farmers are rearing them, they got no any benefit from the non-layers. So they should cull them. That is culling procedure, adoption of culling procedure. And climate. And climate means very high temperature, very low temperature, rainy season, just like the season. And other factors which affect the egg production, number of egg production during a cycle is manageable factor. This is just like such as space, any floor space allowance, system of feeding, what type of feeding system has used, mass system, whole grain system, pellet system, water quality, vaccination, and other disease control measures. So these are the factors which affect the egg production during a cycle. It has been observed that the white leg horde produces 310 to 320 eggs in a year, means from 21st week of age to 72 weeks of age. That is the period of 1 year. If a modern layer starts laying around 20 weeks of age and continues till it dies. And the modern layer and commercial layer start to lay around 20 weeks, 90 to 20 weeks of age, and continue to lay eggs till it dies. But economically, after one cycle, that's after 1 year, the egg production reduced so much so that the rearing of the layer after 1.5 year and 1.5 year of age, total age, it is not economical. In commercial egg production, not indigenous or backyard system, commercial strain, in commercial strain. Its egg production drops sharply below economic level after first laying cycle, and 72 weeks of age. And commercial years, therefore, rarely maintained after first laying cycle. Laying cycle means after 72 weeks of age. Peak production is reached about 5 to 6 weeks after first egg is laid. And if peak birds are coming to a peak egg production, means producing highest number of eggs during a particular period, that is called peak period and a peak production. And it reaches when first 5 to 6 weeks after the laying of first eggs. And stage only for a few weeks, after which it gradually declines. And in peak production, birds stay only for a few days, and after that the number of eggs declines. The pullet is sexually mature when lay first egg, and a pullet is sexually mature when they lay first eggs. After that it becomes layer. The sooner it starts to lay, more number of eggs are likely to be produced. Means if the age of sexual maturity is 20 weeks, then it is saying that when if the pullet starts earlier laying, then they produce more number of eggs during a cycle of egg production. That means 1 year. But not so much sooner, means not 15 or 16 weeks of age. Because after that, the size and shape and quality of egg is very poor and very small. It's a light breeds mature earlier than heavy breeds. Any light breeds, any lighter body weight breeds mature earlier than the heavyweight breeds. The use of early maturing strains as a sire line, and the use of early maturing strain as sire line and as a father in the production of commercial class will be desirable to obtain early maturing commercial chicks. Okay. Poor nutrition and suboptimal management retard the onset of egg production and retard the only of laying. It's a date or season of hatch. Date and season also affect the egg production. How chicks hatch during March to May come into production earlier, and the chicks which hatch during the March to May months during a year come into production, egg production earlier, and it reaches to sexual maturity earlier than those hatched in other months of the year. It is easier to improve the age of sexual maturity as it is moderately heritable, and it can be genetically improved. Too early maturity may not be desirable in commercial laying flocks as it affects egg weight, and egg size and egg weight, because they produce lower egg size or poor egg weight. Next, persistency. The persistency refers to the onset of molting at the end of laying cycle. And persistency is referred as onset of molting at the end of laying cycle. A hen which molts late or continue to lay during the molting period is a good layer. And a bird which molt later and after 72 weeks and even continue to lay egg during the molting period is a good layer. The persistency is not important at present as modern commercial inherited traits and can be improved by appropriate selection. And at modern day, persistency is not important because it can be improved through appropriate selection procedure. The intensity, that is the rate of egg production. So what is the intensity or rate of egg production? It is measured by the number of eggs laid by a hen during a standard time interval and during a particular period, or by percentage of eggs laid during a variable time period. If you calculate that from 21st week to 30 week, 30 week to 40 week, 40 to 50 week, 50 to 60 weeks, 60 week to 72 weeks, then it will be expressed in the terms of percentage. It's a number of eggs laid by a bird determined by nature of its egg cycle. That means clutch, and how many eggs are continuously laid by a chicken, laid by a layer, that is called clutch. And this clutch size varies from 1 egg to a large number of eggs, maybe 5, 10, just like this. Even it may be 1. After each clutch, there is an interval of 1 to 7 days, that is called pause, during which the birds produce no eggs. If the clutch size is longer, and interclutch size, that is pause, interclutch interval, that is also called pause, means longer clutch size and shorter interclutch period, and a period between two clutch is good for good layer. Should be better for good layer. Clutch size related to ovipositioning, yani oviposition means how the birds produce, at what interval birds produce eggs, that is oviposition. If the time interval between consecutive oviposition are small, then clutch size are big. And generally birds are producing eggs after every 25 hours, 25 to 26 hours, and after after reaching the dusk, that is 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the birds not egg lay, withhold the egg and lay eggs the next morning. So that is called the time interval between consecutive oviposition, means egg laying are small, then clutch size are large. Large number of eggs produced in a clutch. Clutch size is moderately heritable, and rate of lay, that is intensity, is lowly heritable. Means it can't be improved by selection. Hence, having 20 to 24 hours cycle, means ovulation cycle, oviposition cycle, often lay bigger clutch size without taking a break. Some hens lay well for some time and then stop to laying for a few days. That period is called pause. When interclutch size, yani the period between two clutch is more than 7 days, then it is called pause. And winter pause is a problem in temperate country and a cold country, but it is not a problem in tropical country, just a tropical country like India. However, pause are more common in summer and immediately after summer due to hot and humid climates. And pause are most commonly observed during summer month and after some summer month due to hot humid climate. Stress and disease of various can induce pauses. If birds are suffered from stress and different kind of diseases, then they also induce pause. It has also a genetic basis, and pause have also genetic basis. And some birds have so many pause, longer pause. Some birds have very shorter pause or no pause, just like white leghorn. So how can we count? Yeah, we measure that at which flock is better producer, not a particular layer and a flock group of birds. So there are 3 indices on which egg production is calculated. First is hen housed egg production. And what is hen housed egg production? It is calculated by obtaining the number of birds on the basis of functional day. Means how many birds we have purchased, how many chicks we have purchased, how many birds we have kept in laying house, and how many number of eggs they are producing, that flock producing. Then never taking into account of mortality. Not mortality is not considered. If we have 500 birds, but we are getting only 200 eggs, just that is the hen house egg production. So hen house egg number equal to number of egg laid on that day, and if taking the hen house egg production on a particular day, that means today, maybe today, then the formula is number of eggs laid on that day and number of present at the start, at the time of requirement, at the time of transferring laying house, multiply by 100. It's a hen house egg number for a period. If you are taking a part during the particular period, 20 to 30 weeks, 30 to 40 weeks, then average total number of eggs laid during that period, and which is divided by number of birds at the start. And you are not considering the mortality. Second index is hen day egg production. In hen house egg production, hen day egg production. It takes into the consideration the mortality by accounting for the number of days performed by the birds that died. So hen day egg, formula for hen day egg number equal to number of eggs laid by on a given day divided by number of live birds available on that day. And live birds multiply by 100. If you count it for a period, then total number of eggs laid during that period divided by average hen days during the period. And average when we count for average hen day, then it is the formula is sum of surviving births on each day during the period divided by total number of days during that period. Third is survivors egg production. And in first, we are hen house egg production, we are not taking mortality. Considering mortality in hen day egg production, we are considering mortality in survivors egg production. In this also, we count the mortality. The average number of eggs laid by each survivor is calculated by dividing the total number of eggs laid by survivor by the number of surviving birds. Yani the formula is survivor egg number equal to number of eggs laid by surviving birds on a given day divided by number of surviving birds available on that day. So among these three indices, hen house egg production provides a better picture about the economic production performance of a flock than other two indices. Why? In hen house egg production, how much hen is kept in laying shed and how much egg are produced by them, and how much we feeding, investing on the medical care, vaccination, management, so it gives a clear picture about the economic production performance of the flock. Next is egg weight. Average egg weight is vary between 52 to 56 gram. Egg weight is mainly depend on body weight of the birds, and weight of egg depends on weight of the birds. The first egg laid is usually smaller and is about 75% of the maximum weight that can be reached. And an egg produced by pullet, and first egg produced by the pullet is 75% smaller than the highest size of a highest weight of egg produced by that pullet during their lifetime. Final egg weight is influenced by age of puberty, body weight, and rate of lay. Birds which mature earlier and those with high production potential tends to lay smaller eggs. And those birds which mature earlier and producing large number of eggs, they will produce a smaller size of eggs. Birds at later stage of production are completely older and heavier and a larger size of eggs. And birds at end of the cycle of laying, at that time birds become older and heavier because due to feeding, the body size also becomes larger, so they produce large eggs. First egg in a clutch is always heavier than the other eggs in the series, and in a clutch means continuous laying of eggs for a particular period, and during which egg is laid during that period, the first egg laid by that period is heavier than the other eggs in a clutch size. Egg weighted higher for heavy breeds than light breeds. I have already told you that. But house in cage lay larger eggs than in deep litter system or than reared on the floor, bare floor. If total number of eggs laid in a laying cycle is less than individual egg size by such a stem is normally larger. And if a bird produces a smaller number of eggs in a laying cycle, then egg size will be larger. If egg number is more, egg size will be completely less. And higher production means lower egg weight. Lower egg production, higher egg weight. Simply. To overcome this and to decide as to which strain is preferable, considering the above point. So when we decide that which breed should be preferred, so another character known as egg mass is also considered. That is, what is egg mass? A total weight of egg laid by a period in a life cycle. Total weight by weight, not number, by weight. And it depends on egg number, and because when we weigh the x total number of eggs in a cycle, then it depends on size of egg and number of egg, and weight of egg and number of egg, both depends on both factors. All other factors such as quality of feed, managemental factors, age, strain, season also influence the body weight, also influence the weight of egg. So let us keep up to this and after that we will discuss in next class, which will be held on Wednesday from 2:30 p.m. Okay. So any question?
No, sir.
Any question? Just remember, this is very peculiar type of topic because every point has some merits. So clear your concept wherever you have any problem. So anybody have problem? Hello? Okay.